Greetings, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome to this week's short, fun video of the week. As I mentioned in my last video, I discovered this subreddit that is called r/parents are freaking dumbasses. And I thought it would be an interesting time to just go through it and just kind of slam our heads into the wall over and over about how idiotic some parents are. Like, I talk a lot about parents being toxic and just like being, just all around terrible people to their kids and like really weird. But I've not ever really talked about parents who are just fucking idiots and don't know how to be a responsible adult. And so I thought that that would be an interesting thing to do today. And if you do enjoy this video and you enjoy watching me talk about parents and make fun of parents and just bond over parental trauma, then please do not forget to hit subscribe. I'm trying to hit 500k subscribers by the end of the year, so it really helps out and means a lot. I appreciate it greatly. And yeah, let's have a look at some dumbass parents, I guess.
Watch as this 5-year-old boy reaches for an art sculpture on display at a community center, toppling the piece and knocking the boy down too. The boy's mother, Sarah Goodman, stunned, but the real shock coming days later.
No one would ever expect to come into a place where kids are invited and have to worry about a $132,000 piece of art falling.
The family receiving an eye-popping $132,000 claim from the City of Overland Park's insurance company. The fall allegedly damaging the piece beyond repair. The insurance letter reading in part, "You're responsible for the supervision of a minor child. Your failure to monitor could be considered negligent."
I was surprised, more so offended to be called negligent.
City officials say the piece was secured.
It's not an interactive piece. So when you have, somebody climbing on it, that's not what it's built for.
I was shocked and offended to be called negligent. Like, kids are allowed in this space. So what do you mean there are things there that they can break that cost $130,000? Ma'am, it's an art gallery. It's a museum. You know what museums are, right? It's a place where they put really, really expensive shit so you can like look at it. It's got historical shit. It's got like artworks that are worth a lot of money. Like this is very well known fact. And the reason is because you're meant to be watching your kid. You're meant to know where your child is and keeping an eye on them. And your child is supposed to know, hey, don't touch that or climb on that. Most kids are not doing that. That's a very rare occurrence. So the fact that it happens really does speak to you, being a negligent parent. I shouldn't have to pay $130,000. Yeah, you should, honestly, it should cost you more. You're lucky it's only $130,000. Because I saw that video. Your kid could have been really badly hurt or even killed. That sculpture like fell on him. That looked heavy as fuck. That could have hit him on the head. That could have been like a lethal injury because you couldn't be bothered keeping a better eye on him. Like, yeah, that is negligent. You're lucky. You're lucky your child is okay. You're lucky you only have to pay $130,000. Like, yeah, that's a fuckload of money. But like, that's the consequences of your own actions. I'm glad your son is all right, but do better. What the fuck? How are you sitting here and playing the victim here? You are not. This says, this guy planned on proposing to his girlfriend on the beach. Little did the couple know that their toddler had other plans. And they're on the beach. He's on one knee giving her the ring and their toddler runs away. They see him kind of running away and then just like leave it for a second because, they're doing better things. They're getting engaged. And then she says yes, they start kissing and oh my God, their toddler's running into the ocean. They suddenly stop, drop everything and go sprint after him to save him from, walking off into the ocean and drowning or getting dragged away and drowning, etc. And it's like, yeah, guys, what are you doing right now? I love, firstly, proposing on the beach with a toddler being unsupervised. Like, what is it with these parents just leaving their kids unsupervised? What do you think is gonna happen? Especially when, like, they see him stop and, like, walking away and they go, yeah, whatever, he'll be fine. Like, you can see him walking towards the ocean and you're just like, it'll be fine. It's whatever. We're doing important business right now. If you're going to be doing this, get a babysitter. Get someone to mind the child. Bring someone else with you. The camera person's there. The fact that this is captured on camera means that the person filming it saw the toddler doing this and they didn't say anything. Or if they did, maybe that's why the audio is muted. They didn't say anything. The parents didn't react to them saying anything. No one went to grab him, like nothing. They waited until he was already like to the point where he low-key, like he could have been hit by a wave. Something could have happened by this point. Anything could have happened. The ocean is an unpredictable entity. But like, it's way more important to be proposing right now. Get your priorities straight, man. Get a babysitter or do something else. I want the whole family to be there when I propose. I want my kid to be there when I propose. Well, maybe don't do it in such a lethal place. Maybe do it where you have extra supervision. Maybe don't leave your kid unsupervised right next to the ocean, you fucking dumbass. A mother refuses to stop her child's bad habit in the store. And the bad habit is that this kid is just like throwing stuff off shelves.
Well, we need our stuff. You were banned last time after the league. Stay out. What are you talking about? What manager? What store manager? We need to get our stuff. Why am I being...
Because it's his, what he's doing, and you're not doing anything about it.
What can I do? If I hit my kid, what's going to happen? I'm going to go to jail,
You don't come
right?
in. This is called jail. You're letting him do this.
I'm going to go to jail. I can't do that. I'm never going to hit my kid.
Store.
I need to get my stuff.
You're not getting anything.
No, shut the fuck up!
So many things about this video. Like, for one, this child is on a leash, and not like, you know, a child safety leash where they're specifically designed for a kid, because, you know, sometimes kids run away and it's dangerous to have them like just running away because you might need your hands to do something, so it's easier to keep them like attached to something for their safety. That's one thing. This kid is attached to like a dog leash. It's like clipped to his shirt, so his shirt's being like lifted up because he's attached to his mother, which is just not an okay thing to be doing, and it's just like treating him in a very like not human sort of way. Secondly, this kid is yelling at this man to shut the fuck up, and I am concerned as to where he's heard it, why he's heard it, and why he feels like it's okay to be repeating that to people. And then finally, her being like, I'm not gonna hit my kid. I'll go to jail. No. Hey, ma'am. No one's asking you to hit your kid. No one's asking you to hit your kid. If your first response to someone being like, tell your kid not to do that is, whoa, you're telling me to hit him? You're not fit to be a parent. I mean, clearly. Because if you think the only way to discipline a child is to either say yes and let him do anything he wants to do or hit him, you're doing something wrong. You're not a good parent. Like, I'm glad you're not hitting your kid, but he still needs to learn what the word no means, and he still needs to understand boundaries and how to participate in society and like behave. This is having a negative impact on a lot of other people. And then standing here like, you want me to hit my kid? I'm not gonna hit my kid. How dare you? I'm just here to do something. It's like, girl, everyone else is also here to just do stuff, and they're being disrupted by you and your kid, which is your responsibility. You are the parent here, and you are doing your kid a disservice by keeping him on a leash in a very impractical and unsafe and unkind way, and also by just like letting him do whatever he wants and making that everyone else's problem. Be a better parent. Missed 100 days of school, had 70 tardies, and she still passed 8th grade. Triple laughing face emoji. God is in control. I taught her to trust God and she did. Proud of her. 3 hearts. Hey, man, I don't really know the situation here, but I feel like context needs to be given. I don't think we should be keeping our kid out of school for 100 days and then letting them be late for 70 other days. I understand maybe in better context, if there is a disability or medical issue here, then completely fair, valid. If she is struggling with medical issues and needs to have time away from school for treatment or mental health or whatever and is doing her work outside of school, that's fair. That's valid. I understand that. I do feel like context is really important for that though, because if you're just posting this out of context and being like, ha ha ha, I let my kid skip a lot of school and she still passed because of God, I feel like you're sending a bad message, and I feel like we probably shouldn't be promoting that. Please send your kids to school. Thank you. This is a mother doing pole dance. She's like spinning around on a pole and her small child is going underneath her on a little like stand bike. He's like, the child is like 1 maybe, and as the mother is spinning on the pole, she whacks the child, knocks them off their bike, and the child starts crying on the ground, and this mother keeps spinning on the pole. Like she doesn't stop. She just keeps going. She literally knocked her child to the ground and then keeps going. There are other things to be doing right here, man. There are other things to be doing. Like, I don't know, checking if your child is okay. Also, like, I'm sorry, this pole, like, you can do pole dancing, whatever. Pole dancing is great. It's a good core workout. If you enjoy it, go for it, do it, whatever. Why is it in the nursery? There is a cot behind her. Why is this pole for your dancing in your child's room? Not in your room, or even like a commonish area, but in your child's bedroom. And your child is playing, and you think because you're just in the room, that's fine, that's all the supervision you need. But then you're the one bringing harm to your child. I can't believe you just like knock your kid over to the point where they're crying. You don't do anything. You don't act in any sort of way. You just keep going. What are you doing? I get like not making a big deal of when your child hurts themselves in like a minimal way because they react to how you react. But you definitely should have some sort of reaction, and definitely shouldn't be pole dancing in your kid's room, because that's really fucking weird. It's just a weird thing to be doing. Not because pole dancing is inherently like sexual or anything, but it's just a weird thing to have like a hobby room in your kid's room, or your kid's room in your hobby room. Like, you have to make some sacrifices and move that to your room and do it when your kid doesn't need supervision. It's just a thought. Raising boys be like.
The tiger, iconic symbol of the wild, and an apex predator that we fear and admire.
This is a video of a young boy, like I'm gonna say like 3 or 4, who is lying on the ground on his belly and drinking out of a very, very dirty puddle on the road. And this dad is obviously like, lol, look at my kid, what a fucking idiot. Look, kids are so weird and stupid. Look at him, he's just drinking out of a dirty puddle. Kids are so weird. Have you ever heard of diseases? Why are you not stopping your kid from doing this? Is so dangerous. This is so dangerous. I understand that like building up your immune system is good, sure, but this is taking it a step too far. You definitely should not be drinking out of muddy puddles. Our immune systems are not built for that. Our bodies are not built for that. We have spent too many centuries making everything cleaner and cleaner to the point where our bodies are no longer cut out to be able to drink from dirty puddles. Like, to be fair, there's not really ever been a point in time where that is something that our bodies can properly handle, but we can handle it even less now. We are not built for that shit. Like, he might be fine, sure, but he also could get very, very ill. And it was so completely preventable. Don't let your kid drink out of dirty puddles on the side of the road. Are you fucking stupid? Oh my god. Haha, look how dumb my kid is. Look how stupid you are. That's a child. They don't know any better. You do. And it's your job as a parent to tell them not to do it. Parents who are like, they'll learn their lesson. What if the lesson ends in death? Like, if he gets sick, you'll be like, yeah, well, that's what happens when you drink out of dirty puddles. That'll teach him to not drink out of dirty puddles. Okay, but what if he gets a life-threatening disease? Then what? What was the lesson? It's too late to teach it to him now. You go traveling and suddenly, and it's a passport where every single page has been drawn on with crayon. It says like, I heart mom, and there's like hearts around her picture and stuff. There's a drawing, like this is all with crayons, a drawing of like a stick person. I love mom with hearts. There's a game of like noughts and crosses, a bunch of scribbling. How is this happening? How is this happening? How is your child getting their hands on your passport and a bunch of crayons whilst you're already at the airport and doing all of that without your knowledge? How is your passport ever in a place where your child would get their hands on it? Like, you are not taking good enough care of your passport if your kid is able to draw on it like this. I don't even think I knew where our passports were even kept until I was like at least 10. And even then, I was never ever responsible for my own passport until I started traveling by myself when I was an adult. Because you don't want to fuck around with passports. You don't want to lose your passport. You don't want something to happen with it, especially when you're already on a trip. How is your kid having your passport, not even for a short short amount of time. This would have taken a long time to do that much drawing in. How were they able to do that? How did you not catch them? How were you not watching them when this was taking place? Like, come on, girl. Do better. Pay attention to your kids. Oh my God. Like, I understand sometimes your kids can be out of your sight for like a minute. Firstly, at an airport, that should not be happening. Your kids should never be out of your sight while you're at an airport. But secondly, this didn't take a minute. This is like a very long amount of time that this would have taken a kid to do. So they had your passport and crayons with them for a long period of time. Keep an eye on your kid. Oh my God. That's the main message for all of the parents here is like, look after your kids. Pay attention to them. Be kind and nice and also like set boundaries and enforce boundaries and pay attention to them. Okay? Yeah. Boundaries, safety, and attention. Those are 3 very important things. I need all of these parents to apply that. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see another one of these. I spent a long time scrolling through this subreddit and just like completely being like, what the fuck? And there's a lot more of it. So if you're interested in more, please do not forget to leave a like and let me know down in the comments. A huge thank you to my Kiwi Cat patrons. Aurora, Sienna, Alicia, Muriel, Bree, Bay the Trucker, Chastity, Beckett, Prismatic Petey, Sushi, Uh-Oh, It's Crigolo, Phil the Duck, River, Queen Glimmer, Ella, Mr. Noodle, Radsack, Knitting Menace, Samuel, Chris, Ellie, Alexis, and Bobby. I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for joining. If anyone else would like to become a patron, you go to patreon.com/SavvyCat or click the link in the description. For as little as £1 a month, you get my videos 1 to 5 days early and with no ads for those days. And then for £3 and up, you get a bunch of other stuff too. I appreciate it greatly. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Mwah.